Today we are in the Shimalakong Design Precinct. It's a partnership between the City of Johannesburg and the University of Witwatersrand. And we're hoping to build the bridge between the city economy and the future ICT digital economy.
Shimalakong Precinct is a collection of 5 or 6 buildings, and that's a public space which we're calling Founders Square to recognize our founding partners. And in that square will be this piece, this digital art piece. We planned a design challenge to help artists and others build what I believe is the first public digital art piece to recognize their brands and to position this Shimalakong Precinct as the go-to place for digital technology and content here in what's Africa's most important economic hub.
We kind of have these terracotta milestone indicators which is embedded in the paving, which converts the journey into a tribute to the acceleration of digital innovation.
The idea was as people move through, we take them through a journey from 100 years ago to 75 years ago to 50 years from today.
As you're on the outside of the building, it will be historical information. As you enter into the building, it will be speculative things about what may happen in 20 years' time.
So our monument needs to embody the spirit of Shimalakong and its founders by extending the lines of the structures that have been built there into the real world and making the public the living part of it.
A metallic sculpture of sort. Connecting the tracks allows you to listen to certain kinds of sounds and make kind of logical connections. And we would take that as a sort of model to put across that central wall. And in those bits of bronze would be engraved the names of the people that founded that space. It almost becomes like a capturing space because it is electronic, it's very analog. It will capture the sort of ambient information of the square.
Using that information to constantly form the identity of the precinct itself.
We want to take the noise of the ideas being shared, of people talking about ideas and sharing ideas, and we want to take that and power a kinetic sculpture. A little exposed electromagnetic motor that is closing your circuit and running the machine, and through the cloud link them to digital volume meters that are installed in all of the stakeholders' offices. As soon as somebody tweets or mentions it, if it gets mentioned in the media, it basically activates this little motor as well.
So we like the idea of something kind of being the center of Shimalakong, like the origin or the kernel. It's kind of like a seed idea. We got inspiration from the old-fashioned trackball, possibly out of glass, so you could see through it. It has lots of layers. It has lots of elements of discovery. You can look inside it. At night you can light it up, and this thing can revolve, and you can kind of explore. And while you're exploring with this thing, there's cameras that are tracking its position, and that position gets fed into a little server running an app, and that you can visualize data on the walls.
It's the people that make the technology, so it's about bringing the people together. From the power source, you have to connect up a circuit board that runs across the entire span of the courtyard. As soon as you join hands, it'll go through the numbers one at a time. If you get it wrong at any point, and it'll try again. And if you manage to get them all on, what you actually do is you switch on the Wi-Fi.
We looked at a basic grid structure of Bromfontein itself.
So that grid is built from tubes, and they have joints, and in some other way you can work with them to either pull a joint and then all of them sort of like disrupt in 3-dimensional space. Color changes are based on user interaction, each interaction illuminating the tubes with a different color. So essentially, it's about changing the structure of the installation with someone else to create a shared experience.
I'm completely blown away at what you've done in a day. There isn't one that I wouldn't like to see in the precinct. It's clear why they call you the creatives. So well done.